Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for I Wish You Cheated. My name is Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. So the song starts off with a B major chord, and the inversion that they use starts off with B octaves, and there's a B at the top of the right hand, and we fill it out with a D sharp and an F sharp, and we're going to play that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how the left hand octaves hold, they sustain, whilst the right hand plays 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then go to this chord here. We'll call that a D sharp dominant 7th chord. So D sharp's in the left hand as octaves, and then we have a G, A sharp, and we've got the C sharp at the top. The third chord of the verse is a G sharp minor chord, which is G sharps in the left hand. Right hand has G sharp, B, and D sharp at the top. Play that 4 more times. And then finally, for the verse, we have an E major chord. But what we do is we play that twice, so E in the left hand, E, G sharp, B at the top, and we play that twice. 1, 2, then this G sharp turns into an F sharp, and the chord then turns into what you call an E sus2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So to go over those chords again, we have the B chord, D sharp 7, the G minor chord, E major, E sus2. And you might have noticed my left hand, when I play the G sharp minor chord, on the 4th beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, my left hand went to an F sharp, it's what we call a passing note, or a descending bass line, and then it went to the E chord. So that's something you can add into your playing as well. Now, that is the first verse, which happens 2 times in a row. We then get the same thing again for the pre-chorus, B, D sharp 7, G sharp minor, E, E sus2. However, when we then get to the chorus part, there is just a small difference. We start off with the B chord again, but when we go to the D sharp 7, what we then get is a D sharp minor 7, which is basically taking the D sharp chord, and instead of playing G, we have this G flat note. Now there's one other change. We have the G sharp minor, and that F sharp note I talked about earlier comes in 1 beat earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes to the E major chord. And the chorus happens 2 times round. So the D sharp becomes A minor, and then the F sharp in the left hand just moves a bit earlier. We then have the main kind of hook, which is this really interesting, powerful set of chords, which starts off with single hits of a load of chords that we've tried. So it starts off with the B chord, then the D sharp minor, which we can play as we had earlier, then this part here where it's still the same right hand part, but the left hand plays G. So we've got the B chord, the D sharp, change the bass note to G, then we have the G sharp minor, and then the E chord. So there's 5 things to play there, and it happens on the 2nd beat. So as the rest on the 1st beat, you'll notice on the track there's just a beat of silence. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that happens a 2nd time before it leads into the next part of the song. So the 2nd verse is where we see some repetition. The 2nd verse is exactly the same as the very start of the song, the 1st verse, and that'll happen twice. There is then a chorus, which, same as the previous chorus, that happens twice. We then get to those big striking chords again. That again is the same, and that happens 2 times. However, we then get to a bridge. The bridge is different. Now, just before I tell you about the bridge, I just want to remind you that if you would like the sheet music and the chord charts for songs like this, then you can head on over to Patreon. There's a link in the description, and you can get all of that if you become a member, and you also get your name on the screen, which you'll see at the end, as well as a bunch of other perks. However, let's get looking at the bridge, and the bridge has a C sharp minor chord, which is C sharp in the left hand, octaves, plus right hand, C sharp, E, G sharp. And we play that 4 times. going up to F sharp major, F sharp in the left hand, F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. That's 4 times. We then have B major twice, and then we keep the B major chord, which is B, D sharp, F sharp, for the first and second beat, but then the B notes turn into A sharp notes, or B flats, whichever way you want to call it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We then get the G sharp minor chord for a full bar. So just to go over that again, C sharp minor for 4, F sharp major, B major for 2, with the A sharp in the bass, then G sharp minor. We then do that twice, followed by an E major chord, then an E minor chord. Now there's lots of chords here, so like I said, if you want the chord charts and sheet music, Patreon's the way to go. After that, we have the B to D sharp minor, the G sharp minor to E. We do that 3 times round, and then that's the end of the song. Even I'm getting confused. But yeah, that's 3 times round, and then we finish. So if you found that useful, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It really helps out my channel. And yeah, consider Patreon for the extra material to go along with this. And thank you to the patrons that are on the screen. Those are my active patrons who get all of the content that I've already talked about, plus a ton of other perks. So thank you very much. I shall see you in the next video.